Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Jazz, and yeah, this is also the same setup from my Get to Know Me video. If it's not already out, it'll be out soon. If it is out, I'll have a link in the art card and also in the description box down below. So yeah, but for today's video, I thought that I'd film a thing that I wish I had known before moving out on my own kind of a video, because seriously, these are things that I wish I would have known before moving out and into my own apartment. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get into this video. So I have everything written down in my handy dandy notebook. If you know where that's from, leave a comment down below. But anyways guys, this is a notebook that I write down like all of my like video ideas, like video like talking points, and like I love this notebook. I think I got it at TJ Maxx while I was living in Germany. But yeah, I have everything written down below. Tell me, I have seven talking points that I want to talk about. So yeah, the first one is save months in advance before you actually move. I cannot stress this enough, because I think that Timothy and I saved around 15,000, if not more. No, it was definitely like probably about $18,000. No, definitely, basically around $20,000 for moving. Granted, we were both coming from overseas places, so yeah, it was. There are so many things that you pay for, like one, furnishing an apartment, buying a car, putting down payments on certain things. Like for an apartment, like we had to have first month's rent, plus like all of the different like things that they charge you for, even for like setting up bills. Like there's just so many things that you pay for, and that money, like I swear it was like I was just dropping, like tossing money up in the air. At least that's what it felt like, because like looking back, I'm like, where'd that like almost $20,000 go? Because I mean like majority went towards like a car, rent, furnishing our apartment. So I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's just like, where did that money go? And also, we kind of went ham when we came back to the States, because we, like I said, we both came from overseas. So it was like, go shopping, eat here, do this, do that, some time with family. So it was just a lot of things that we did that probably could have saved us like about like $3,000, but I mean, live and you learn, right? So yeah, and then also my next tip is to save more money than what you think that you'll actually need. Like me and Timothy saved around 20,000, and we thought that was plenty. I guess for some people, I guess it is plenty, but for us, it was not. Like, I mean, it definitely got us like what we needed, but I wish I would have saved a little bit more so I could finish like furnishing that apartment. But I mean, like I said, that money got us like the necessities and where we needed to be. So I guess it all worked out in the end. My next tip is don't take anything for granted. And by this, so before I moved out into my own apartment, I was living with my parents, and they did a lot that I didn't even realize that they did for me. They did a lot. Like, they made dinner every night, they paid out the bills, like they did, like even like when like we like go out to eat, they paid for the food. They kind of just paid for everything, and I feel like when you like move out on your own, you start to appreciate your parents more, because you realize how much they actually do for you. And so with that being said, don't take it for granted. Take it everything, like just take it all in while you can, because when you move out on your own, like it's like the phone bill, electricity bill, rent, all the bills that pile up, making dinner every night, doing chores. Oh my goodness, the amount of chores that I have to do to keep this house clean is ridiculous. Like laundry, all those different kinds of things that like my parents did that I don't have to do myself. And it's like, ugh, like, do I really have to do that? And it's like, yep, that's adulting, like you have to do that. So yeah, don't take anything for granted. Yeah. My next one is make sure you have good credit. It's also something that I cannot ingrain into your brains more, because for every single thing, guys, they check your credit. like when we were looking for somewhere to stay, like check a credit. When we were applying for bills or like applying for like to go with like different like companies for like our like electricity bills and like our water bill, check a credit. When we were getting our phone set up, like check your credit. Like I feel like every single place nowadays checks your credit. Like it's like so weird that like one number can define who you are and how your life goes. Like I think like that is insane. For certain things obviously like I think credit is important, but for like looking for like your phone bill, but I guess it was like a liability thing when it comes down to it, so it makes sense. But just make sure that your credit is at least decent. So yeah. My next thing is, it is your responsibility for everything. And wow, the amount of responsibilities that I wasn't even aware of that I'm taking on by moving out on my own is crazy. Like literally having to like dust, like doing your chores. I hate doing chores. I honestly, the one thing that I really hate doing more than anything is washing the freaking dishes. Like OMG. And it kind of sucks because me and Timothy both hate washing dishes, so like I'm always one that's like stuck doing it, but it's fine. But I hate washing dishes. And that's something that like I didn't really do like at my parents' house. So washing the dishes, doing the laundry, making sure that all your bills get paid, making sure like your phone call is taken care of, checking the mail, getting your bills and making sure that your bills are actually getting paid via mail, talking to people, like just so many different things that I was not aware of when I'm done on my own. It's all your responsibility. If you don't do it, it'll never get done. So yeah, that's something that I can say. The next thing is learn how to budget and pay bills. This is something that didn't come difficult to Timothy and I, but definitely something that we still are learning as we go, because like I mean, I think that we're pretty set because we do have BAH that pays for basically our housing, which is super nice, and I don't know where we would be living without it, honestly and personally speaking. That pays for our rent, but everything else comes down to us and what we do. Oh, and the food, but the food allowance is like not enough. I think it's like $60 for 2 weeks, and that's nothing. But yeah, learning how to budget. I just like before we learned how to budget our like groceries and everything and put our bills in like into like perspective, we would pay about $300 for groceries every week, just for 1 week, guys. That was groceries for 1 week, and after a while it got ridiculous, and I was just like, nope, this could not happen anymore. My sixth tip is take in all the advice, even if it's unsolicited advice. Take it all in, because I promise you at some point in time it'll click in your head and you'll be like, oh yeah, they were right. Don't get me wrong, sometimes advice can be overwhelming and it's like, oh, I didn't ask for that, like I don't really care to know that. But seriously, take it all in, because advice is coming from like experience, or yeah, basically from experience. So take it all in, and yeah, that's one thing that I can say is just take in all of the advice that you get with a grain of salt, And my last and final topic is don't go ghost. And by that I mean talk to your friends, talk to your family, like literally, like don't just go MIA, because that for me was really hard at first, because my parents live in Germany, and so they're like 7 or 8 hours ahead of me. So like in the beginning it was like really difficult because I was jet lagged, trying to adjust to life here, like literally being busy all day long doing something. Like it was just really hard to find time to talk to my family back home, or even like my family here. Like I don't know what I do all day, but I just feel like the time just like flies by so fast. But anyways, guys, just make time for your friends and family. because it'll make a difference in the end. It'll make your adjustment time also a lot easier as well, because like I said, I came from overseas, so it's taken me a while to get like on a good schedule. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for like all of my tips and advice on moving out on your own and things that you should follow. Of course, I'm still learning things as I go along, and I might make an updated version of this video in like a year or something from now. We'll see, I don't know yet. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and love you. Bye.